Welcome to Malaise Episode 8. We've got Palutena against young Link. Now, I really doubt that anybody would be counting the tournament bracket. You just kind of watch it and it happens, which is the standard tournament experience. I don't expect anybody to be calculating all this sort of stuff. That's, first of all, part of my job. And second, if it's going to happen the same way anyway, why would you? However, for everyone who isn't counting, this is the short episode. We've got 4 matches today, because whoever loses this match makes it into the quarterfinals, which is a best 3 of 5, just like the main tournament. And then the finals is best 5 of 5. That being said, it's not that this match is, oh wow, Toon Link re-caught his own bomb. That seems to be the trend for the last couple episodes, even though he just threw him at the wall and blew himself up. A down throw into bomb into forward air. That's a pretty nice combo, even if you can't reliably get it. So the reason why this episode is still important is that whoever loses this gets retrained. Yes, that's right, that's the rules. The bottom 4 amiibo get retrained every year. It's getting to the point where most of these amiibo are effective enough I might consider lowering it for future years, but I don't think I will for current years. Well, for the current year. So already the expectations are going to be the same for this. Next year, maybe we'll see. I'll have to decide that possibly during Malaise next year. Or I might just stick with 4. It'll all just depend. I guess mostly it'll depend on which amiibo actually qualify for the retraining. Well, Palutena with a bomb, which she pickpocketed at some point, and she is now jumping into the roof. I'm going to pin that on the stage instead of the character, though. Up smash is going to kill Toon Link. The up smash is stronger lower down to the base of the move, by the way, which kind of makes the move bearable to fight against. If it had the full strength of the smash attack at the very top, you would get so many cheap kills with that. Playing by the ledge. Toon Link lands a jab. He gets the edge guard on Palutena, who apparently didn't have a jump. That's really going to set her back. Auto-gratical, unable to land. Toon Link lands on his own bomb, doesn't set it off, but Palutena hangs out too close for it and takes like 3.8% for that. Palutena with a lot of up smashes that Link can't possibly fall into. She does get the down throw to back air combo, though. That's something that can actually be difficult for humans to pull off. On the upper level of the mansion, that's where a lot of quick kills can happen. The amiibo seem to have heard me and have descended to the lowest floor. Palutena actually benefits slightly more from being on the lower levels, in that her up smash will hit the level above her as well. I know we talked about how it won't hit as powerfully, however it is still a smash attack and it's extra damage and or knockback you wouldn't otherwise be getting. Palutena is still struggling with this low roof, jumping into it constantly, kind of negating whatever she seems to be trying to do. Toon Link doesn't get any of those techs, gets hit by a forward air. Palutena does not use a counter to get edge guard. Toon Link gets back on stage and gets some damage for it. Up smash barely misses. Palutena really needed that. Up air cancels it by landing on the ground. If she hadn't canceled it, it probably would have killed. Up smash not quite long enough to hit from 2 levels of the mansion, and up tilt actually killed. Impressive. Normally you don't see Palutena's kill with that move. Palutena still struggling with that roof again and again. Toon Link doesn't seem to have struggled nearly as much with it. Up smash near the top. Palutena is not going to die, but she's getting close, and she does. Palutena is going to be retrained this year. You saw it here live. And here we've got Banjo against young Link. Looks like we're going to be on Corneria. Always an interesting stage in these amiibo battles. It does have a wall in it, so you always have to watch out for shenanigans with that. Overall, though, considering that it's a stage that's entirely based off the shape of a pre-existing, I guess it's a spaceship? I don't know what to call it. It's an enormous ship. It has wings, so it's meant for the atmosphere, but it kind of goes wherever. Anyway, so it's a stage that's modeled after an existing spaceship. The way the stage plays out, though, actually works really well for Smash Brothers, believe it or not. In fact, Corneria is one of the stages that's actually been in every stage of Smash Brothers. This is the version from Melee. The one from Smash 64, actually, the ship stays the same shape, but it's flying through space instead of through Corneria, which I believe we talked about before, definitely helped save on the polygon count, which for Smash 4 was a huge consideration to make. Toon Link catching Banjo's bomb. Apparently he knows what to do with bombs that explode when you're holding them, because he actually gets it to work out pretty well. I will say it would be interesting to see how Banjo would play differently if, whenever he used the grenade egg, he actually got to carry it, or if he had the option to just launch it at opponents like normal eggs. That's something you can definitely do in Banjo Tooie, which is where the grenade eggs are from. But it's not something you can really do in Smash Brothers. You have to lay the egg in the bouncing... It's a bouncing trajectory, and then since the egg is an oval, it kind of bounces like a football, in that it's really hard to predict. In Smash Brothers, I'm not even sure if it has a strict prediction trajectory on it. Alright, both amiibo descend into the pit to fight. Young Link leaves immediately, and then Banjo leaves. I guess they don't want to be there. Hanging out near the top of the wing, it's a little dangerous for Young Link, because I think a Banjo up smash would kill him. Not that Banjo's landed a move in the last 20 seconds, but he did get a forward smash from across the stage. That is not going to kill Young Link. Banjo gets the... No, he doesn't go for the berry, he goes for a back throw. Throws an egg, 2 eggs off the stage, which is actually a pretty good idea. None of them actually end up hitting Young Link, though. Young Link has to use his recovery a little bit too early. He can't grab the ledge. Catches Banjo's tech with a bomb. That is the read of all reads. Well, maybe that's a little bit extreme, but still, you have to call that ahead of time. Toon Link with a great tech into throwing out a forward air, actually able to hit Banjo back. It is a danger hitting someone into a wall at point blank. The teching ability basically stops their hit stun immediately, and the amiibos are really good at knowing when they got that and throwing out an attack. Toon Link, he must have B-reversed that recovery or something. Normally you just grab the ledge, but Toon Link didn't. Using the hook shot there, very smart choice. If you use it too much, you can get your recovery stuffed out, but a lot of players, at least from my experience, don't seem to know what to do about it. Alright, Banjo's been hit out of the little fight club, and then he falls back into it. Alright, getting back out there on the... I can't call it a level playing field, but it's a weirdly neutral stage environment. It's hard to spam projectiles because it has just enough bumpiness to it, and that kind of helps make up for the lack of platforms. It also helps make up for the fact that it's so long and that it's not level, which I guess we've already talked about, but you can't spam projectiles from really far away. A lot of things just don't work on it, even though it is effectively just a long piece of land. Just the curves and contours for it really make it into a non-biased towards one kind of character environment. Both characters actually make it back from that. Interesting. Forward smash is able to kill Young Link. Up smash not going to kill at 0. I know I said it would kill earlier, but that was at like 70%, I think. Young Link having a hard time getting any of his moves to land, gets hit by a single jab from Banjo, and that sends him off the stage. Banjo picks up the grenade with the forward tilt and has it explode in his hands. Toon like still having a hard time getting Banjo to meet the other end of his sword. He wasn't like this earlier. I don't know what's up with him all of a sudden. Down throw. That actually is a time when you probably should have gone for back throw, just because the left blast zone is a little bit close because of the shape of the ship. Toon like still not being able to hit Banjo with any of these forward airs. The problem is that Banjo is on the ground and he is not in the air. And in order to use an aerial, you have to be in the air. So Young Link is jumping to use his aerial, and Banjo is just not jumping into it. Back throw to up smash, I don't think that ever combos. Maybe there's a specific percentage range, maybe with a wall in there. Oh, Young Link gets in out far, gets hit by an egg. That must have sniped his jump. Gets hit by a second egg that actually saves him. Young Link still suffering from the jumpy jumps. That's something that's always hard to train out of the amiibo, and that's going to take it. Banjo wins with a stock to spare. And for this match, we have Terry against Zero Suit Samus. A true battle of the ponytails. In fact, it looks like Terry's ponytail is even longer than Samus's. Weird. Especially for a guy who's wearing a hat. Normally, hats and long hair don't really go together. Hat hair, if you will. Terry with a raw power dunk, doesn't hit anything, doesn't have to actually put him up on that platform. I guess it is a little high. Dash dancing under Samus' shield, I guess waiting for her to make a mistake. And Terry seems to have gone for the throw follow-up with a neutral air. No idea how that could have possibly have hit. Maybe if he double jumped, that might have gotten him up fast enough. Double flip kick from Samus. I know it sounds like I'm saying that in a patronizing way, but it's a very hard to punish move. Up special out of... I guess that was hit stun from the jab. In fact, Terry didn't even cancel it into power dunk, which is what he's supposed to do. Especially because the command input power dunk can kill. Yes, in case you've forgotten, power dunk does have a command input. The Zero Suit Samus has made a great use of her jumping ability. Her jump comes out very... It comes out fast, it launches her upwards very fast. That's something you might have noticed with some characters. Floatier characters, for example, do not reach the height of their jump as fast, whereas fast faller characters usually do. Zero Suit Samus definitely has a very high jump height, and when you jump, the speed she gets off the ground is very high to... Basically, her initial jump comes out very fast. She's been doing that a lot this game, but she's kind of had a problem hitting Terry because of it, because she's spending a lot of her time jumping. Normally that's kind of the Zero Suit Samus playstyle, but against these opponents who just prefer to stay on the ground... So Terry is by no means locked to the ground. He actually does have, strong aerials. However, the only ones he can combo into special moves are, I think, his neutral, air, and, up special. So he has fewer choices compared to Ken and Ryu in that regard. Jab Dab Power Dunk actually does come out this time. Good job, Terry, you've learned. So Terry's not helpless in the air, but he's just better on the ground, so he wants to stay there. So he's mostly just been waiting for Zero Suit Samus to finally land and then kicking her in the head. And so far it's done pretty well this match. Even though you'd think that with a stage with as many platforms as this, that Zero Suit would do pretty well because she can just keep hitting you with up airs and kind of chain them up there. They call it a ladder combo. Jab Jab Power Dunk again, my boy's making me proud. Zero Suit Samus seems to keep jumping off of Terry's head, but with phantom footstools. Maybe the one right after the flip kick was actually the flip kick hitbox and it missed? It can be a little bit hard to tell at times. Especially if you're not the one who gets to use the controller. Yeah, Zero Suit Samus doing a lot of evading and not really doing much hitting. She makes it back on the stage. Not too much else to talk about there. Jab Jab Power Dunk is going to kill. Power Dunk is a kill move if you're facing the right direction. Zero Suit Samus charging an up smash didn't really work. I will say that the Zero Suit Samus amiibo definitely has a hard time in... This is weird to say, in the competitive amiibo scene. The Zero Suit Samus amiibo just is considered like very low tier. Has a hard time getting anything done. Already Zero Suit Samus as a character is hard for a lot of new players to learn because there's very specific things you need to learn and be doing. And those are things that you really can't teach the amiibo. Zero Suit Samus, the tether recovery did not grab the ledge. She was able to make it back though. Flip kick over the ledge, not a good idea. If Terry had power dunked there, it might have actually killed her. Zero Suit Samus using her recovery at the ledge, but she did not fail to reverse it like she normally does, so she didn't get the kill off of it, which has been one of her best tactics. Again, Zero Suit Samus is able to hit her special recovery. Terry did just get go mode. He auto-healed out of it before he actually got to use it for the first time, though. First time this match. Partially that's on Zero Suit Samus for not getting him to a high enough percent to kill, or for Terry's benefit to use go mode. Go meter? It says go, and then you get to use super moves, so... And a forward smash on the side platform is going to hit Zero Suit Samus. 2 minutes to spare, and Zero Suit couldn't even take a stock. And for the last match of this video, we have Samus against Richter. Looks like we're on Luigi's Mansion again. That seems to be a theme these last couple episodes. Going to be interesting already because the stage layout makes it really hard to camp people with projectiles from a distance. And also because Richter as a character can often suffer if his opponents can out-camp him. Playing at the ledge, Richter throws out a jab. Not one of the best jabs, but it's one of Richter's quickest moves at least. Falls out of the launching hit of the up smash. A little peculiar. Samus retreats to the other side of the stage just to grab the ledge. Richter going in with a lot of dash attacks. I'd actually prefer to see him throwing more axes. It's weird to say because normally the dash attack is the get out of jail free button. That and his down tilt. The thing is, in this scenario, the axe is better because it goes through platforms. And it also goes through people, believe it or not. Meanwhile, he keeps rapidly approaching Samus, which is not something Richter needs to be doing. He needs to keep a certain distance away that his whip can still hit Samus, but Samus cannot hit him. Samus is able to make that back. Hey, Richter threw out an axe. He didn't quite do the extreme level of ledge trapping that Richter and, well, I guess the Belmonts as a whole are known to be able to do. And that if you just keep using special moves at a certain distance away from the ledge, it's very difficult for your opponent to make it back. As long as you don't use the same special move in a row, you're pretty much set. Another dash attack, but Samus landed on the platform. And then a dash attack after that. Oh, a lot of techs happening on this roof. Samus gets the third tech. Throws Richter off. He didn't throw out a forward air that might have actually helped him grab the ledge. It's a little difficult to judge. You never know what the game's thinking with what your range is. But in all of his other matches, he was usually pretty good at throwing out a forward air automatically when recovering, even when it never would have grabbed the ledge. So it's a little odd he didn't there. Now Richter's throwing out the special moves. Not when Samus is at the ledge, mind you, but... And he gets footstool. He makes it back! Crisis averted. Still needs to figure out how to kill Samus, though. A little strange, because Richter has very long smash attacks, which... They go long horizontally, which is great if you're on the same level as your opponent. And they go along vertically, which is really good on a stage when... Sorry, not on a stage. It's very good when your opponent is above you, which both of those happen a lot on a stage like this. Throwing an axe that could have never possibly hit Samus. I don't even think if she had tried to get hit by it. That one definitely can. Axe almost kills, so something to know about those axes. They do kill. The stage does have a higher ceiling, at least when you're at the ground level, because, you know, the mansion takes up a lot of the space of the stage. So that's kind of how the blast zones are adjusted for. Another perk of the axe's killing is that if you hit someone with the axe at the peak of the jump, you obviously hit them higher up, and since they do a lot of damage and a lot of knockback, that can definitely help in getting an earlier kill. Both characters tethering the stage in some fashion. Forward smash, Samus bounces enough time, though, canceling the knockback. Able to grab the ledge and get a little bit of chip damage on Richter while she's at it. Point blank axe is not going to connect. Farther away axe also isn't going to connect. There's a specific middle range in which you want your axe to connect. Dash attack, barely not killing Samus. Samus goes for a spike, gets oh no, Richter gets footstooled. I mixed up the characters in the commotion there. They were also very low when you start to get the stage elements that get into view. Forward smash is going to catch Samus. That's going to take the stock. Richter retreats to ground level, gets hit by an uncharged charge shot, which ironically is actually a little bit better than the full charged charge shot. Just because you can spam them out and they give your opponent just enough stun that you can follow up with them. Not to say that the full charge shot is bad, it's a huge projectile, does great damage, and for casual players especially, it's a great way to kill. Yep, already there you can see it kill Richter. Especially because, so projectiles in this game, there are a few exceptions, but for the most part, projectiles have a little bit of a fall off. And I don't mean that if they go too far they despawn, which you could actually see from Samus' charge shot there. But if a projectile hits point blank, it's going to deal a little bit more damage than if it hits at a distance. It's one of the measures put into the game to try to avoid camping. And that footstool is going to kill Samus. 2 minutes left, 1 stock each. This game is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be 2 minutes ago. Richter gets sent low. And a lot of stuff just happened there. It's a little bit hard to explain. I understand all the specific steps, but still it can be a little bit hard to follow. Samus goes for a risky down air. Doesn't get it, but also doesn't die. So mission accomplished, I guess. Richter now trying to keep away, trying to swat away Samus. She did finally make it in. And she goes for a down air on shield. Richter goes low. He actually is able to make that back as well. Dash attack at the ledge. Samus uses her down air not as a spike, but as the lingering hitbox to knock Richter away. Really interesting way to use the move. Boomerang's going to come back. Samus seems to have known that and avoided it preemptively. Down air. Richter does not bounce off the stage. That is going to take his stock. Samus is the winner. Richter's going to get retrained. That's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Feel free to watch out the other videos in the tournament so that some of this can make sense. But until the next video, bye.